I'm like getting emotional right now. I find myself loving to brag about how good I am or how good I was at applying to jobs on Upwork. I've talked a lot about the importance of the cover letter on Upwork and catching the client's attention, being very personable and attractive to the client. So today I thought it would be fun to, I don't know how fun it might be, but I thought it would be interesting to go over the past cover letters that I've used to apply for certain jobs, particularly the ones that I've gotten. Now I can only use the ones from the jobs that I've gotten because all the rest have disappeared on Upwork. And unfortunately, I can't see the cover letters from the very, very beginning of my career on Upwork, which is unfortunate. Upwork is just not showing them to me, but there are a few that I would love to show to you just as an example of how I think I got the jobs on Upwork. Because while I did also have experience and work samples and other things to show for them, I really do think that the client is looking at the cover letter and they want to see your personality. They want to see you essentially, and they want to see you talking specifically to them. So during my time applying to jobs, I try to tailor my cover letters to each client. So let's stop rambling, Colleen. Why don't you just get into the first one? Okay, that sounds great. So this first one is for a job that I got in the early days of me being on Upwork. It was my third job on Upwork, and their channel is tech related, and they were just looking for somebody really organized who obviously knew how to follow directions and things like that. And here was my cover letter. Hello there. Wow, a lot of exclamation points. My name is Colleen and I love YouTube. Little Colleen. That is something I'd probably do now. If I were applying to jobs on Upwork in masses, I would probably be doing that too. Because honestly, applying to jobs on Upwork is exhausting. And so if you can't go into things with a positive attitude, knowing that they're probably exhausted as well, looking through all these cover letters, you know, if I can be funny and or cute by putting things in all caps, I'm going to do that. And you'll see and you'll notice that I use a lot of exclamation points. I'm a freelance editor in Pittsburgh with a BA in video editing and sound design from 𝗾𝗢𝗥 University. I love editing for YouTube. And then I go to list the channels that I had edited for, which at the time was just 2. I had edited one for a previous Upwork client, and I had edited one for an internship that kind of turned into like a freelance opportunity. I put out an average of 3 videos per week, so I'm familiar with the fast-paced environment. Then I go on to list other freelance opportunities that I've had, where they rely on templates and assets to churn out videos very quickly. I'm not sure if that was totally true, but they wanted an editor that was familiar with templates, and so I said, okay. Because I am capable of figuring out templates. And so while that might have been not necessarily true, it was true enough to where it's like, I know what I'm doing. I know I can be of great use to you and your team. I edit with Adobe Premiere Pro CC 12 in 2017. I don't know if I would say it that specifically now. I have a solid internet connection and 2 fast computers. And here's the link to my editing reel. Looking forward to talking with your team. I really try to stress looking forward to talking with you, or looking forward to something as if this is a done deal. I really try to talk like that. Like any way that I could sound like I was a confident person, I wanted to do that. Anyways, that got me the job. So there we go. Okay, this next job, I kind of almost forgot about that I had done in the past. And it was for a fashion company doing fashion videos, essentially, like model walkthroughs and stuff like that. Hello, my name is Colleen. This was kind of more of a corporate-y company. And so I was trying to keep it a little more tight, if you will. So hello, just 1 exclamation point. My name is Colleen. I'm a professional video editor and I'm your woman for this job. I've done this exact type of video for insert client when I was a freelance editor for them. Currently, I work for a marketing agency in Pittsburgh where I continue to edit a diverse amount of videos for different clients. I edit every day. I'm very fast and I love editing for various clientele to boost my creative diversity. Let's talk details. What's the length of each video? Are there multiple angles shot within each video? I actually don't see any video attached. And oh, so there must have been a video issue that they we're supposed to send something, for an example. And I'm looking forward to discussing more. So, you know, keeping it tight. I like talking about myself, but not too much. And I actually really like the fact that I turned it back to the client, like wanting to know more about the project, asking very specific questions. That helps the client then think that I know what I'm talking about, and maybe helps them too in thinking, oh, I can address these things. This is a good leeway for them to message me back and talk to me more about the job. So I like this one. This one, I'm pretty sure, was another more corporate-y client. They were just kind of more of a company. So I didn't want to go too kooky. I wanted to keep it kind of tight. So again, 1 exclamation point. Hello there. My name is Colleen. I've been a freelance video editor for over 12 years. I have a BA in blah, 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 and I currently work full-time as an editor for blah, blah, blah in Pittsburgh. And I'm looking to become a member of your team. Both, so there must have been conversation about wanting Dropbox experience, Adobe Creative Suite experience, and probably being organized, because I work for this company now and I know that they like a lot of organization. Both Dropbox and Adobe Creative Suite are programs I use every day, so I'm very comfortable with them. I'm a very fast editor who appreciates organized projects as well as hard deadlines. Please take a look at my resume and shoot me a message for more details. Looking forward to discussing more. Thanks, Colleen. It doesn't have to be super long, you know? It's like, it's just custom enough to where I can say a very similar thing in each cover letter, but I'm personalizing it enough to go along with everything that they're wanting, or everything that I think that they're wanting in a video editor that they're talking about in the job description. So it shows that I read the job description, I understand the job description, I can see what they're looking for. I'm not just spitballing my own random things that I think that they should know about me. I'm saying, this is what you want? Well, this is what I have. This next one was for my dream job, which I currently still have now. And I love talking about it. I've talked about it in old videos. And it's a job editing for an animal-based company that does videos about animals, which is my dream. And if you've ever heard me talk about Upwork tactics and typing in interests that you have instead of video editor in the description, this is where that comes from. Because one day I was on Upwork and I just decided to search animals in the Upwork description instead of video editing, and this popped up. And I don't know if I would have seen it otherwise. So I was just elated, and I ended up getting this job specifically because I liked talking about how much I love animals. So let's get into that. Hi there. I've been a video editor for over 10 years and I love animals. My dream is to one day use skills to write, edit, and manage social media for safe havens and animal rescues for all kinds of animals. If I were, I'm reading that right now and I'm just like, oh, perfect. I've been editing for social media for over 2 years for a marketing agency. Oh, I messed up. That was a grammatical error. This specific skill, along with my love for Dodo, makes me the ideal candidate for your YouTube channel. I have experienced, it's funny because I'm just like, wow, you really could have, maybe I was just so excited that I just kind of messed up how to write this cover letter, because it isn't grammatically the best way I would have written a cover letter, but sure, go ahead, Colleen, go off. I have experience editing multiple different styles of video, all with intent to tell a story. I not only edit for YouTube channels, but I have my own YouTube channel, so I'm very familiar with behind the scenes. So this is important. I had started my own YouTube channel at this point, so I kind of had that experience to go off of. I'm well versed in the correct video ratios for social media platforms. I'm a multitasking pro, and I thrive on hard deadlines. I'm very strong in copywriting for both blogging and social media text. I understand the need to tell a story of animals to raise awareness for the welfare of animals. Looking forward to discussing more. Here's my website. Oh, amazing. I really don't have much to say about this cover letter because I personally just think it's amazing. And the fact that it got me the job, it just kind of like makes me like excited actually to like read it back. I'm like getting emotional right now. It's funny to like go back and read these. And actually, if you're in a similar position of mine where you've been on Upwork for a while and you're able to like look back at some of your jobs that you've applied to, this is a kind of a cathartic experience for me. This is interesting. This was probably in 2019 or something. And so I had started applying for jobs on Upwork in 2017. And even before then, I was trying to get jobs as a video editor. And so like to go 2+ years applying for jobs, and then you find a job like that. And then you are so excited to like type out this cover letter. And even though it's not the most perfect cover letter that I've written, I'm reading it and I'm like, wow, she's so excited and passionate about this. And so it's kind of taking me back to when I first got that job and I had the phone interview with the client. And after I had a really great conversation with them and it seemed like I was going to get the job, it was just a really thick moment for me of I made it. And this isn't my biggest client. I don't get the most money from this client or anything like that. It's just like, it just felt really good to be putting in so much effort and work for so long. And then you find a job that just like is a perfect fit for you. And you want to make it work so bad. And then you end up getting it and you get the job. And it's like a dream situation. Anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling. That was my cover letter for that job. Woo! Let's move on. Okay, this next one was kind of a fun, different one. And this was actually kind of a pivotal moment for me that I'll touch on in a moment. But this job was for actually a virtual assistant for a kids education company. And so they didn't need any video editing necessarily, but they did need someone who was comfortable with video. And it was a lot of like pulling B-roll and assets and like prepping them for other video editors. So it was kind of like an editing assistant. Why it was a pivotal moment, however, was because I had actually just gotten this job at a time when I was looking to leave my current full-time company. I was working full-time. I wasn't making like very good money at all. And so I had basically, my tactic was to work really hard to get jobs on Upwork so that ultimately the estimation of money would equal out to be the same so that I could quit my full-time job and then just make that much money in freelance, to which I did end up doing that. And this job was a big factor in that actually. I don't currently work for them anymore, but they're an amazing company. So here's my cover letter to them. Hello there, I'm Colleen. I'm a full-time content creator and I'm so very interested in being your virtual assistant. See, even if I don't have anything super catchy to say, like just again, the caps and the exclamation points for me, just that's my way of expressing my excitement. As a video editor, skills like file management, stock research, and communication come very naturally to me. Again, these are things that they noted directly in their job description. That's what they wanted. So easy for me to just pull this is like, comes naturally for me. I want to immediately touch on this is what you want. This is what I'll give you. I have a big passion for education, so much that I started a YouTube channel in the hopes to help students find their way once they graduate from film school. I currently do remote work for X company, which was an education company that I do still work for now, where I manage all videos sent in by students and process it accordingly. I keep my virtual team updated on all my tasks, and I'm very well versed in clear, consistent communication via email. Small chunk paragraph stating, here's an example of what I do for a different client, and it's exactly what I can do for you, and here's a paragraph to note on that. Doesn't have to be super long. I organize my files with both Dropbox and Google Drive. I search for stock graphics in Envato daily for my job as a marketing agency. I'm so excited to talk through this position more with you. I think we would work incredibly well together. That's such a nice cover letter. Just long enough because it is a little more of a, like education's kind of a, you know, it's like you want to, especially when it's kids, like you want to be like fun and bright, but you also want to be professional. So that was my attempt at being all those things in this cover letter. And it ended up working out because I got the job. Okay, and this cover letter was specifically for a client that was a real estate agent that decided that they wanted to start a YouTube channel about their profession and give advice and things like that. They specifically noted in the job description that they wanted Vanessa Lau style editing. And of course, they wanted somebody with YouTube experience who also had motion graphic experience as well. So here's what I said. Hi, client's name, smiley face. I've been a video editor for over 10 years and I love editing for YouTube. So much so that I created my own channel. I'm a fast, organized editor who loves quick, perky editing. In parentheses, Vanessa Lau style is my favorite style. I have years of experience creating motion graphics with my full-time job as a video editor for a marketing agency here in Pittsburgh. Creating attention-getting video is something I do every day, and I'm looking to gain more freelance clients so I can continue developing my experience with diverse clientele. Looking forward to discussing more. Here's my website. This job, I really think I just kind of applied to on a whim as I was applying to a lot of other jobs. So you can even notice the distinction between this cover letter and say the animals cover letter. And I think I was applying to them around the same time. You don't really note a lot of like passion in this cover letter, but you do note me being my classic self with the caps and the smiley faces apparently and the exclamation points. And again, I'm noting what was listed in the job description, which is why I talk about so much how important it is to really understand the job that you're applying to on Upwork. One, because it costs you connects. Two, because you have to go off something to go and talk about in your cover letter, or else you'll just be saying, hey, I'm here, I'll edit your video, whatever it is, which is not necessarily the most enticing thing that the client wants to see. They want to see that you have heard them, that you've read their job description, and that you understand the job. And if there's nothing to go off of in the job description, there's really nothing that you can go off of in your cover letter, and I wouldn't suggest applying to those jobs. But in this case, she had noted that she wanted a specific style of editing and a few other descriptions as well of what she wanted, but it wasn't the longest job description. So I just kind of went off of what I saw in the job description, and it ended up getting me the job. So there you have it. So I would love to know what you thought about these cover letters. Do you think I did a good enough job with them? Do your cover letters look a lot different? Is there a specific tactic that you use when you are writing your cover letters on Upwork? However it works for you, just be very aware of what you're writing in those cover letters, how you're customizing each one to each client, and eventually things will work out for you on Upwork and you will get the job of either your dreams or maybe not your dreams, but hey, it's money. That's partially why we do what we do. Somewhat for money and somewhat for passion.
I like money.
If you like this video, I'd so appreciate if you can hit the like button below and hit subscribe if you haven't already for more tips on Upwork and freelance and video editing, of course. Thank you to my team. Again, I am Colleen and I will catch you guys in the next video. Have the best one.